Welcome to Tirefoam Gaming. This channel is all about organizing the chaos. And the inevitable. What was I thinking? We have some issues with trains here. Subscribe for the organization, not the spaghetti. I've been noticing some throughput issues and sometimes issues with my trains getting jammed up in this whole area. This is my main throughway for the rail, so trains will come up through here and head around a whole big loop around the entire map. With the amount of trains that I'm getting going through here now, I was going to try to use this switching yard, but I also don't really like having my main railway loop going through this entire base. I'd rather have this be an entrance into my base, coming in, and then an exit going back out. In this episode, we're going to be playing with more trains and expanding my trail network. And I do need to get back to my main base because we have some issues with trains here. And I think I know exactly what it's from. There's too many trains that are trying to get in here at once and not enough switches and blocks. Alright, so I already have blocks at every 10 spaces, which is enough to put a 4 freight car train. I got them moving again, and what I did was queue up another stop on that side coming out. Just a bit of a log jam going on here. I think what I'm going to do, instead of the rail coming down through here, this will be the way in to the mega base. And then also the way out. And then where I have the old rail going up through the Nebula Sanctum base and into here, I'm going to extend that out towards Crater Lake and then back up through that way. Well, it is the end of another era. One of my first railroads is now being decommissioned. But this new highway up here is going to be my 2-lane railway going to Oil City, and then also being a continuation for a new railway. So I just have a few things to clean up and get this connected up to my main railway up here by Nebula Sanctum, as I just had this one single rail going through. And I think we are functional. So I have a whole new line running out there. We're functional, lots of blocks, lots of signaling happening in here. And now just to clean up all my old rail. It's just kind of a cool little windy, right on the edge of the void type rail system, but this new one will serve a lot better. And this old rail was one of the first rails, I think it was the first rail that I ever built to bring plastic and oil from Oil City down there. But this new one, this will really keep things moving. Plus I have more resources down this way yet to get. There's some, yeah, I'm stuck. Ooh. Oh man, I actually am stuck. Okay, never mind, I got out. So yeah, like I was trying to say, I've got some coal here. There's an iron node down there. I think there's some copper up there too. So now I have the logistics transportation network set up to handle all of that a lot better. And eventually this whole power plant will go away. It's kind of cool. I built like this little circular thing around this. I've definitely got a lot better at making my rails. Come a long way. Make them a lot quicker. Find the right path. Kind of knowledge of how everything goes. That's the old rail way up there. It's gonna go away. The next thing to do. So anyway, I found this path going through these parts here. I've connected that up to the other part of my rail system. You go through this climb, it's kind of steep. Got some critters through here. I sound like a spider. Oh boy. So this rail system meets up with my current rail system here, and it goes underneath this tunnel instead of overhead. I found a cool little path I think I'm going to use. I'll make an intersection right here. Since it's flat, even though it is curved, it'll still look cool. And I'll send this train right up here, right to this station. Well, I've got a pretty good climb to get up here from there, but I think that looks pretty cool. I use my single railway support blueprints, and then instead of just making a big long thing up here, I went ahead and made a circular entrance. Made sure there's enough room for a train to fit underneath there. So one thing I am going to do with these trains though, because I wanted to have this railway come off of the right hand side as you're going back that way. So I'll have the rail come up this way. There's another station way over there for it to pick up iron ingots and then come here. Or actually it goes here first and then it goes way out there. And I want to invert that so it goes way out there and then it comes back and gets the iron ingots from here. Okay, train just came in here, just about ran me over. Well, it's liking my track, I guess. And I'm just trying to figure out the pathing and blocking. I've got this intersection at least blocked, but this being a bi-directional rail is not really happy about the blocks and paths. And maybe that's because I've got this hooked up here too. So let me unhook this, see if the train will start using this whole path. Well, I think I'm going to do something different. This is a nice straight section here. So what I'm going to do is put a sub line next to here and have this be a waiting path for that train to come back out. Yep, just like this. And then the block will then be up here instead of back there. All right, I think this will work. I've got a block here, a path here, and then I have two blocks here. So a path can determine if the train is going to go that way or that way. And if there's a train stopped here waiting for another train to come down, this path should not be blocked. So let's see if this train is going to go up that side. Here it comes. It's cleared the path, should go to the right, and off we go. I do love that curve, that looks really cool. And the last thing to do now is remove a section of this track, and we'll see if the trains are going to have an issue here. I don't think anything's on its way back, so let's just remove it here. Well, it seems like my trains are running through. Iron Wayfarer is coming back down by my old Nebula Sanctum base. And I'll reconfigure. This is much cleaner, more simpler. I think this is going to really help to serve me. Even if this doesn't work, which I'm going to try a test, I still have a place where a few trains can load up along this line, and they will always be able to get back out through this way. So I'm going to see if my switching station is working now. I put a train in this line. It's blocked, and I want to see if a train coming in is going to select that track. And it's not. I don't really understand why. If I need to do like a pathing or something to make that happen. See, a path and a path and a path isn't going to work because there is a train that is here. I think it's the same train. It needs to come in here. I still don't really understand exactly what I need to do with it. And another way I was thinking is making the entrance a path. Even if one of these are blocked, I'm thinking that if that was a path, that might keep this from logging up. So let's put a train in here. Now that one's blocked, and it should select another one. We will just wait for a train to come in. But first, let's go fix these error trains up here, because otherwise nothing is going to come through. I'm actually running into the same issue at my old base, now that my trains are running through there, where there's just a lot of traffic running through. Alright, I had 2 trains up here. I backed them up along that line. Now this stuff can flow through. And I think I'm going to rearrange this as well so that it goes along this side. Because there's just this big old intersection right here. We are building up again, but let's see if it will clear. Starting to build another track over here to make some more space. That one's going to block. Okay, we're gonna make it through. It's a race against time. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Oh, it might mess up my intersection. Yeah, it really messed up my intersection. Still having issues out there. Everything is jammed up over there now. Oh boy. Sometimes I think that if you're trying to do blocks paths, it's not happy when there's trains that are trying to do signaling at the same time. So let's see if we can get all these another one's here. See if we can get all these trains to come through. And that one can go away. This can go away. Maybe that's messing up stuff. Nothing up here. Alright, see, now we are okay. Now that sets everything okay. This is a pretty wild intersection. I think we got it. Alright. Paths and blocks just everywhere. Trains going every which way. Now this will be the main rail going off into the Crater Lake area, and we'll have to put some connections to this section here. And I think I'm going to reuse this old rail. This will be the connection line to get into Nebula Sanctum side to this one over here, so the trains will have to go down and come back in. So I think that's better. There's only a couple of trains that are still coming into here and heading out. Like that one's blocking that one now. I probably should make that a path and a block to come out back into the main line. And then the entrance is really long, so lots will be able to queue up. Okay. Well, this is working much better. I think we're at a pretty good spot here to call it good. All right, trains are running, they're upgraded, and I think log jams are figured out. Trains. They are stressful, but it's a lot of fun. Cool. See you all next time.